This is my 14th and final discussion video. I thought it was interesting how Dr. Tompkins started the lecture by talking about humanistic psychology as being a third force to kind of counter behaviorism and psychoanalysis. I thought that was an apt description, and I think it was very necessary because behaviorism and psychoanalysis both have had a few holes that have kept them from being dominant in our time. Um, it was interesting to talk about Maslow and Rogers. I can definitely see how a lot of their work is still being applied. Um, the the hierarchy of needs is in I think every introductory psychology class, and I think a whole lot of other classes, be they sociology or whatever. I think it's applied broadly to a number of different fields. And Rogers' work, for example, the concept of unconditional regard is something I'm not unfamiliar with working with kids. So it's interesting to talk about the genesis of that. And then I thought it was interesting how Dr. Tompkins phrased the future history of psychology, and some of the things she talked about there. Um, I definitely think that psychology um, benefits from being an eclectic science, as we discussed in the lecture question and everything like that. I think this class is one thing that has proved that for me, because we certainly talked about a whole lot of different ideas, and when we do, we generally don't talk about some being right or some being wrong, or at least every model, every theory, every person that we've talked about has had at least some things that have really rung true. They just like see intrinsically or whatever based on what we know, and then of course some that they also, of course, all of them also have something that's kind of a flaw or a downfall that has left room for them to be improved upon. So yeah, that's definitely what I took from this lecture. I thought that PNI was really interesting, the way it just combined all the different disciplines together. Um, but that's all I have. Happy 4th of July.